Have you ever noticed how the moment you finally reach the thing you begged for, the applause fades, and you feel nothing? You did it. You hit the number, you landed the job, you finished the project, you proved them wrong. And instead of joy, your chest feels quiet, hollow, like your life just ended a chapter and forgot to start the next one. If that has ever happened to you, you are not broken, you are human. And psychology has a name for this kind of crash. Not because success is bad, but because your brain does something strange when a goal becomes real. Maybe you thought you would feel fireworks, but instead you felt a quiet room in your head. You looked around like, is this it? You even felt guilty, because everyone else is congratulating you, and you are smiling, but inside you are blank. Sometimes it shows up as boredom, sometimes as irritation, sometimes as a strange urge to sabotage what you just built. You start nitpicking the win. You tell yourself it was luck. You scroll for the next thing to chase. Because your mind does not know how to live in arrival, it only knows how to live in anticipation. So let's decode it. Why do some people feel empty after achieving goals? And how do you stop success from turning into a silent letdown? 1. The brain is built for pursuit, not possession. For months, maybe years, your nervous system was living in chase mode. Dopamine was not rewarding the prize, it was rewarding the hunt. Every small step, every near miss, every late night. That is why you could wake up tired and still push. Your brain kept whispering, keep going. It will be worth it. Then you achieve the goal, and the chase ends. So the dopamine surge drops, not because you failed, but because the game changed. You go from movement to stillness, from climbing to standing, and standing can feel like falling. This is why some people get restless right after a win. They start another project immediately. They refresh their phone for the next hit of progress. They cannot sit with the achievement because their body was trained to survive on tension. The tension was fuel. Without it, they feel flat. If you relate, ask yourself one thing. Was I excited about the goal? Or was I addicted to becoming someone through it? 2. You tied your identity to a finish line. A lot of people do not just set goals. They build a whole self-image around them. When I get that degree, I will be valuable. When I buy that car, I will be respected. When I lose the weight, I will finally be confident. When I hit the milestone, I will finally feel safe. That is not ambition. That is emotional bargaining. You are trading your present self for a future version you hope will feel acceptable. So when you finally arrive, your brain checks the old promise. Okay, are we safe now? Are we loved now? Do we feel enough now? And if the answer is still no, emptiness shows up. Because the goal did not fix the deeper need underneath it. It only distracted you from it. This is also where perfectionism hides. Perfectionism is not wanting things to be perfect. It is fearing what it would mean if they are not. So you keep chasing achievements like shields, but the moment you stop, the old doubt catches up, and it feels like, so what was all that for? 3. You expected a feeling, but got a fact. This one is brutal. Many people imagine success like a movie scene. Music, swelling, tears in your eyes, a sense of arrival, a permanent upgrade in happiness. But real life does not do cinematic endings. Real life gives you a fact. You achieved it. And then you still have laundry. You still have problems. You still have the same mind. This is called impact bias in psychology. We overestimate how long a good event will make us feel good. We picture a lasting high. But humans adapt quickly. It is called hedonic adaptation. The brain normalizes even amazing things because it is designed to keep you functional, not ecstatic. So your dream life becomes your new baseline faster than you expect. And when the baseline rises, your satisfaction drops. Not because you are ungrateful, but because your brain is trying to protect you from depending on external highs. That is why you can achieve something huge and still feel oddly normal. Sometimes the emptiness is not sadness. It is the absence of the fantasy you were promised. 4. The goal replaced your emotional pain, then exposed it again. Here is the part people rarely admit. Sometimes you chase a goal because it is safer than feeling. It is cleaner than grief. It is louder than loneliness. It is a way to avoid the quiet. Work becomes a place to hide. Ambition becomes a coping mechanism. And progress becomes the reason you do not have to face what hurts. So when you finally achieve it, the distraction disappears. The calendar frees up. The pressure lifts. And suddenly there is space. And in that space, the feelings you postponed start knocking. Old sadness, old anger, old fear, sometimes even emptiness that existed long before the goal. This is why some people cry after success. Not happy tears, released tears. Because their body finally realizes it can stop bracing. If you grew up needing to perform to be noticed, achievement can feel like protection. But when protection becomes unnecessary, you feel exposed. Like you took off armor and forgot what your skin feels like. 5. You used comparison as motivation, and now you have no mirror. A lot of goals are not born from desire. They are born from social comparison. You see someone else winning, and something in you panics. You think, I need that too, or I will be left behind. So you chase, not for joy, for relief, for status, for proof. And when you finally get it, the relief lasts 5 seconds. Because comparison never ends. There's always someone ahead, someone richer, someone younger, someone louder. So your brain scans again. Okay, who do we need to beat next? This creates a painful loop. You achieve something, but instead of gratitude, you feel pressure. Because your self-worth was never internal, it was outsourced. This is why some people cannot celebrate. Celebration feels dangerous, like laziness. They skip the win and move the target, because being satisfied would mean stopping the race. And stopping the race would mean confronting the question they fear most. If I am not achieving, who am I? And notice the irony. You worked so hard to finally breathe, yet when breathing arrives, it feels unfamiliar. Your body was in fight mode for so long that calm feels like emptiness. That is why self-awareness matters here. Instead of judging the feeling, get curious. Ask, what is my system doing right now? Am I grieving the chase? Am I scared of stillness? Am I waiting for permission to rest? Curiosity turns the void into information. Treat it as information, and you respond with compassion instead of panic, not urgency. So, what do you do with this? How do you stop empty success from becoming your normal? First, name the crash. When you feel that hollow after a win, say it out loud. This is a dopamine drop. This is adaptation. This is my identity shifting. Giving it language turns it from a mystery into a pattern. Second, separate goals from needs. A goal is a direction. A need is emotional, safety, love, belonging. Meaning, if you keep asking achievements to meet needs, you will stay hungry. So build a second system, not based on outcomes. Build one based on values. How do I want to live daily? How do I want to treat people? How do I want to treat myself? Third, create a ritual for arrival. Not a party for other people. A moment for you. Write down what the journey cost, what you learned, who you became. Let your nervous system register completion, so it does not keep searching for the next threat. Fourth, add meaning beyond the finish line. Goals are great, but meaning is what makes life feel full. Meaning can be contribution, connection, creativity, service, healing, things that do not end when you hit a number. And finally, practice enjoying without earning. This is hard for high performers, but learn to sit in quiet without turning it into a task. Go for a walk with no productivity. Call someone you love with no agenda. Do something small that makes you feel alive. Because the real lesson is this: if you only feel valuable while climbing, you will fear every peak. But if you learn to be present where you are, success stops being a cliff. It becomes a checkpoint. So if you have ever felt empty after achieving a goal, it does not mean you chose the wrong goal. It means you are ready for a deeper one. Not the next milestone, the next layer of meaning. If this hit you, stay with it. Share it with someone who always says, I should be happy, but I am not. And if you want more psychology that feels like someone finally understands your inner world, subscribe. Not because you need another video, but because you deserve language for what you feel and a way forward.